Thanks for checking out Higher Thought Gaming. With this one, we are on the heavy, and we're going to be looking at the multi-Melta after patch 9.0. So all of our previous builds from patch 8 still run just as good, if not better than they did before, but we're just going to set up a new build here for patch 9 and go over some perk updates that happened overall in the patch. So when it comes to the multi-Melta itself, the fire rate version did see a 17% fire rate increase with patch 9, and is extremely noticeable and just hits better than it ever has before, which is insane because this gun was already top tier. So when it's going for our ammo, we're going to have 33 ammo starting with this build right here, and you will be able to get 6 ammo per extremist killed as long as you are taking that prestige perk. So we're going to get into our overall class build and the multi-Melta and our secondary weapon as well. And we're going to start it right here with our class perk. So as I said before, guys, all of our previous builds are running just as good on the multi-Melta, but this will just give you something different to try with the patch here. So we have multi-kill, kill 5 or more enemies, and you will gain 1 ammo back. With the fire rate version, you are hitting extremely fast, and you can go through ammunition extremely quickly. Now, this is our new perk update that I really wanted to see how it performed with the gun, and then you will find out in the gameplay if it's something that you want to take. We have thermal boost here. It is going to give you 15% more range damage when you have less than 50% ammo in your magazine. So there is also a good perk on the multi-Melta that we will tie to this to make this even stronger. We'll talk about that in a second. And then we have overwhelming power. When Iron Halo is active, all squad members within 10 meters gain 10% range damage. Additional supplies to help us keep our ammo up. Consecutive execution, killing 7 enemies in rapid succession. You will gain 1 equipment back. Power regulator, Iron Halo loses energy 20% more slowly. Brute force, when Iron Halo is in cooldown, range damage increases by 15%. And then we're going to finish it off with offensive capability. When active, Iron Halo deals damage over time to enemies within 5 meters. So overall, Iron Halo I'd seen it got a slight tweak to how you can activate and deactivate during executions. So before, when you were during an execution, you could not deactivate your Iron Halo. You now can, so you can take advantage of that if you're running your time off of your Iron Halo and you don't want to. So that's just a little something I noticed. Then we have Conviction here. When your armor is fully depleted, you take 25% less health damage. And Auxiliary Reload Extremist Kills will give you 1 magazine. And as we discussed, that'll be 6 shots for your multi-Melta. Now, these two I find must-take perks. When it comes to Reverberating Impact and Exponential Force, these two are preference. If you do not want the melee perks, I highly suggest going with Indomitable Spirit and Duelist. These are 2 very powerful prestige perks, and they will pair nicely with this whole setup we got going. Okay, moving over to our multi-Melta here. We are in the fire rate version as we discussed, and as well as we are running a very basic setup that we were running in patch 8. We're looking for the most ammo. We're grabbing all of our damage in our heavy stance. But the main switch up we're making here is going to be Discipline. When you have low ammo, you deal 25% more damage. So the reason we're taking this is because it is going to pair very nicely with Thermal Boost, because this is going to give you 15% range damage at 50% ammo. And then it's basically going to be at 10. When you have 10 ammo left, you're going to be hitting for 40% ammo because it's going to, it's going to synergize with Thermal Boost. So that is why we're going to switch to that off of our normal armor perk here. And honestly, at 10, when you have 10 shots left, you really do notice the extra damage that you're doing, and you will take down extremist enemies very, very quickly. But other than that, that's the main perk that we're changing here on the gun. Everything else in this build setup that we got feels very, very nice. And then when we are going into our plasma pistol here, you have either the charge shot version, which is extremely good right now, and this also seen a buff and charges faster than it has before, or you can take the ammo version. I think the heavy can get away with taking the ammo version if he wants, but I'm telling you, at least try this one out, guys, because the charge shot on it is extremely quick now. And then we do have a the same setup that we had from patch 8 here. We're really looking for the maximum amount of ammo and blast radius that we can get our hands on. And then just overall, guys, the plasma pistol is the strongest secondary in the game right now when it comes to overall range damage and things like that.
Objective confirmed. Heretical sorcerer queue. readiness. Restoring our brother's life force. This is hope. Iron Halo. Purge the priority targets from the combat zone. Countermeasures successful. Enhanced tactic ready.